Why, hello everybody. This is Miss Janice. My video so far is going real slow, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the video part off and then I'm going to talk to you. Okay, let's do that. Okay, well, so right now we're in Khan Academy and I did the I did the first grade course challenge. And I just wanted to show you the different opportunities you have when you use Khan Academy. So let's do F11. Because I noticed that when I did the first grade course challenge, I should let me see if I can do that one again. But it teaches your child so much before the first grade. I said, let me do early math. That way, I'm going to try to get everybody in Khan Academy. And like, let me see, you do kahnacademy.org/join. And then I'm going to give you a code. And then I'm going to put the code outside of this just in case I don't do it right again. Because so many people have said that they're trying to get on. And then when they put the code in, it's not working. And I noticed I did that today. And it was like, I don't exist. I'm like, wait a minute. It said Miss Janice, because you can see it right here. And so let me see if it will let me. So how have you been doing? I have been really working hard to find a program that is not only free, but that gives badges, certificates, energy points, videos, hints, just all kinds of ways for your child to be so good at school. That and it says pre-K to 8th grade. And I didn't notice that until I started doing the app. So it switched me back to the app that you get on your phone. So it's all connected, but I didn't know that until just now. So I'm going to see if I can do it that way. See, so when the camera is on, it's not seemingly working as fast. Oh, that part did good. See, we did 8% of the 2nd grade. So I'm going to show you. It says see all life skills, social and emotional learning with Khan kids, careers, personal finance, growth and mindset, and see all of life skills. So let's check that one first. I did 8% of getting ready for the 3rd grade. So I'm personally going over the classes myself to make sure that this is something that I want to tutor in. And so far, yes. Okay, so they have college admissions, careers, navigating your career, serving your community, supporting health and wellness, start a business or go freelance, educate, explore, hospitality, build and fix things. That's me. That's me. Personal finance and entrepreneurship. Paying for college, keeping your information safe. And these are the life skills. So I just wanted to make sure that you all see that it's not just for like grade school, but it's also for college. Go down here, see all math, test prep, computer programming, AP, and it's registered right there. College, computer science principles, and then you see all of that. Economics, we just did lifestyles. This right here. I wanted to start with reading, but I want to do math better and math more. And the reason being is because I'm finding out that even in the reading, like when I did the 1st grade reading, they were using words like diet, 1st grade, and you're supposed to be taking the course challenge on your own as a 1st grader, and they were using words that was like, oh my goodness. Let's see. Let me see how this works. Because I want to really make sure that looking for ways to keep your kids learning over the summer, check out the Camp Con Kids. And each week they come up with something different. So we're not going there. We have Khan Academy Kids. It teaches you about Khan Academy Kids. It's not finished downloading. And I'm just totally blown away. This program starts the child off at 2. If I would have known that, I would have went from 2 to 12. But so what I decided to do is to go from kindergarten to 12 because I like this program, this format. It keeps you up. I just like it. I just like it. I don't know how to explain how much I like it. Okay, so we're going to go back. But this is telling you how to get the program. Let me do F11. Oh, hold on just a sec. Let me see if this is it. But you see how it says geometry. I was only doing the kindergarten, first grade. This is the new one. Give with PayPal. They used to just have this line right here for donate, and you push on Khan Academy, and all of the courses will show up. Now they upgraded it, so now they have it to where you push on the courses, or you just scroll down. But if you push here, you can also get to the courses too. Up to first grade. So this is going back to the app. But they have Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, Trigonometry, Pre-Calculus, AP College Calculus, College Statistics, Multivariate Calculus, Differential Equations, Linear Algebra. Then you can look at all the math that they offer. See all the math here. I started getting ready for third grade. So what I ended up doing, this is the courses. And it seems like they separated it even more. Because earlier today, right here, you'll be able to see what I did. Let's go back. I started the first grade. I took the first grade challenge. And I'm trying to make sure that all the parents get here because it is upgradable, or your information goes everywhere that you go. If you're in the first grade, second grade, third grade, and you're doing that through Khan Academy, you're going to realize that, wait a minute. Okay. It's still showing up right here. It's like, all I want is my classes, my course back. It's trying to find it for me, but it's not doing what I'm asking. And earlier today, too, what I did is I went on ahead and did a Zoom course, and I just did the whole program on Zoom. Every question, every answer, it's still on life skills. Let me do refresh enter. Maybe that'll help me out a little bit. Okay. So this right here is kindergarten. And then what it does is recognize shapes. And as soon as you start recognizing shapes, you're going to see the transition to whereas you actually are doing geometry. And I was just so amazed because of the course challenge that I went over. Okay, so here, this should be first grade math. And mind you, this is first grade. Did you see that? See, first grade. When I took the course challenge, I did it online, video. And when I took the course challenge, it's like I'm almost already over with the first grade. So it's not stopping your child from learning. What it's doing is encouraging your child to learn or to put forth every effort that you can in order for you to almost finish. It took about, and because I was teaching through it, it took about 4 hours to do almost half of first grade in math. And when I was showing the individuals that are looking at this video, how to just promise your children 15 minutes, that 15-minute promises, what the benefit they'll get out of it, the positive things they'll get out of it. And what I'm asking every parent is to learn how your child learns. Like if he's at or she are at the table or in their little chair or whatever, if they're there and they're learning, and they're just, I don't want to do it, and just, turn their head to the, well, I don't, not necessarily I don't want to do it, but I don't know how to do it. And instead of trying to do it, they turn their head to the left or to the right and just won't do it. Well, what I suggest is like I do when I'm looking at or teaching on Wednesdays at 6:30. They could be doing all that they want to do, and I still teach my whole half hour. I ask some questions. That was a question. I'll say no one's answering, and I ask again. And no, it's not like I stop teaching them. I go to the next thing, but I include what I just went over with them. Someone, it never fails. Someone answers. Eventually, someone answers, or someone does the exercise, and then that person is who I focus on. And as I'm focusing on the other person, you're probably saying, "Well, I don't have anybody else." Well, with every 15-minute promise, there is like a consequence. You know that you can either move on or you're stuck there. And so there's no rush in what I'm trying to explain to you. When you're teaching your child, what you do is you take the time to first of all learn how they learn how they comprehend. There's so many ways that they were teaching these math problems that, look, it took 4 hours of training and teaching, but in that 4 hours of training and teaching, you learned that they learned the information for the first grade in kindergarten, and they were teaching them minor algebra. They were teaching them geometry, and you can tell what I'm saying is true because these are the courses, and this is what I got out of the different areas. And we could have gotten more points. We get strength points or mastery points by looking at videos, by getting the questions right the very first time. Let me show you. See, fractions of shapes. So they're teaching them fractions before they get to the first grade. And then they're teaching them the names of it. For example, when they was teaching them sentence math or algebra, they wasn't calling it sentence math. Instead of them calling it or giving it its name, they was learning how to do math left to right. 98 plus 24 equals, and then they were figuring out that if they took 2 from 98 and I mean, excuse me, 2 from 48, which would have made it 46. But if they add the 2 to the 98, it would have made it 100, and they could have added it much faster, which is 146. And it was getting faster and faster, and you can tell the movement of the problems. But if the children weren't learning it, I was learning it. I was actually teaching myself how to teach the children. And I noticed that even the process of me teaching it was getting better because it was reinforced with videos. It was reinforced with word problems being written out. It was just everything was reinforced. Okay, hold on. It said, look at this equal sign. See, this is what they're learning. And the way that you learn it, it says continue. So let's continue this one. This is the place value. So within their problems, I was teaching them the ones. If it only had one digit, that goes in the ones column. If it has 2 digit, that goes in the tens column. If it has 3 digit, and I took them numbers. If it has 3 digit, which are numbers, if it has 3 numbers, it has to, you have to say either 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. So you have to teach them as you go. And the thing is, as you go over the problem, see, I mastered 50% of that. But then you'll see, and these are children that's supposed to be doing this on their own. So it says, try it again. That means you're familiar with it. But if you don't want to try it again, that's the part that they gave us a test in, and this is one of the videos that I've already seen. So now I'm going to go to the number grid. And I keep reminding the parents and I keep reminding everyone that in Khan Academy, it builds upon what you've already learned in kindergarten for the first grade. So it's like you took a test for what you've learned in kindergarten. And kindergarten, I'm finding out, is, well, they upgraded the program already, and I've been using it for about a week or so. So they already upgraded the program, and I'm finding out how it builds on each other.
Pattern. We see the full pattern, and I'm almost done. I'm almost done filling in my numbers from. The goal of this video is to essentially write down all the.
Okay, here you go. Sorry about that.
Video is to essentially write down all the numbers in order from 0 to 100. But I'm going to do it in an interesting way, in a way that maybe will allow us to see some patterns in the numbers themselves. So let me just start. So I'm going to start at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Instead, and we know, of course, that the next number is 10, which I could write down, but instead of doing that, I'm just going to copy and paste all of this. So copy and paste all of that and see what this does for us. So if I do that, how does that help us? Well, we know the next number is 10, which one way to think about it is it's a 1 followed by a 0. What's the number after that? Well, it's 11, which is a 1 followed by a 1. What's the number after that? Well, it's 12, which is a 1 followed by a 2. And then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Well, that was pretty neat. This next row of numbers, as I went from 10 to 19, looked just like the first ones. So the second number is the same in yellow, but then I added a purple 1 to the front of it. And one way to think about it is each of these numbers, the purple 1 that I added, that represents 10. So 11 could be viewed as 10 plus 1. 12 could be viewed as 10 plus 2. Let's see if this keeps working. So let's take another row of numbers. So let's take another row, my original row. And what do I get to after 19? Well, of course, after 19, we get to 20. So 20, 20, and then 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I think you might start to see the pattern here. What are we going to do for the next row? Well, now we're in the 30s. So the first number, 30, is 30 plus 0, 30 plus 1, 30 plus 2, 30 plus 3, which is 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. So just doing that, I think you already see the pattern. The number on the right, we keep going from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the number on the left, if we're in the 10, if we're between 10 and 19, you always have a 1. If you're between 20 and 29, you always have a 2. If you're between 30 and 39, you always have a 3. Now, how can I complete this going all the way to 99 pretty fast? Well, let's do that. So that's going to be my 40s. I haven't written it out yet. That's going to be my 50s. This is going to be my 60s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 80s, and then I have my 90s right over here. And so this one, we already said this is going to be my 40s. This is going to be my 50s. This is going to be, I'm trying to make sure I use all my colors, my 60s. This is going to be my 70s, and then I have my 80s, and then of course I have my let me do a color, then I'll reuse the magenta. I have my 90s. So what if I were to just take this? So let me just take this right over here and copy and paste that. So copy, and then let me paste it. So now I have 41, 51, 61, 71, 81, and 91. Now I can do it over here, 42, 52, 62, 72, 82, and 92. And I can do it for each of these now. So that's now 44, 54, 64, 74, 84, and 94. And so when I do that, we see the full pattern. We see the full pattern, and I'm almost done. I'm almost done filling in my numbers from 0 to 99, 49, 59, 69, 79, 89, 99. And if we just want to feel good, we could throw in 100, 100 right over there. And you see that the pattern still holds. We went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and now we got to 10, followed by a 0. That was pretty neat.
Okay. Okay, so let's pause this. I think it's paused. Oh, yes, it turned over. But look at that. You have earned 850 energy points just by looking at a video. It says go to the next video, switch to full player, go to next lesson. So I think I'm going to go to next lesson. And here you have choices. You don't have to worry about trying to figure stuff out. You just literally have choices. Okay, so we just did the number grid. We're going to hold on. I showed you this part in the other one. This is every word that he just said. So you also get the video transcript if you want to print it out to read it so that you won't have to go over your child's lesson. or do like I just did, open it up your own self, and so that you can have a talk with your child regarding, what it is. Of course, they're gonna go like, "Wow, mom, my mom's smart. My dad is smart." Anyway, so it says Sal goes through all the numbers from 0 to 100 and shows some interesting patterns created by Sal and Arshia Vahabzadeh. Mm. Okay. You can also share this with Facebook, Twitter, and email. I really don't want that to play. This is where I was showing right here that you already did that part. So we looked at the whole film. It was 2 parts to it. Missing numbers between 0 and 120. We did half of that already. The number at the time when we were doing it was 105, I believe. And I said 105. It's 105. The 0 in the middle is a space. And so I always teach that when you see 0, you just take a deep breath, a breath in. 105. Let's do F11. And then I can, as a class, anyone that's in the 1st grade, 2nd grade, kindergarten, it says what whole number comes right after 117. So now it's beginning to ask questions, and then if you need help, what whole number comes right after 117? And the reason I'm saying this is because as you're looking at this problem right here, you're finding out that this is before a little one. There is no parent there. There is no, and then I can assign this to see if they know, what that reads. They're already learned how to read. They already learned how to write. But now the challenge is to see if they know how to read. They learned how to read in kindergarten and preschool from the program Khan Academy Kids and Khan Academy. And so now what they're saying is what whole number comes right after 117. So your children are going to find out through you looking over their work. They need you. I'm trying to tell you how much they need you. They've already learned this stuff. This is 1st grade. So they need to be able to read, what whole number comes right after 117. This is Khan Academy. This school or this academy teaches them above and beyond so that they can get it. They're already reading, they're already writing, they're already adding, they're already subtracting, they're already doing exactly what they need to know how to do in the 1st grade from the apps that they have. Now all they're looking for is someone to guide them to do the step-by-step program. Missing numbers. See, we already right here, we already see that we've done this part already. We just looked at the video. Watch a video or use a hint if they don't know it. So they need to know what this reads first. If the mom, dad, can you tell me what this word is? What does this word? But what ends up happening, I'm finding out that they're using the same words in every aspect of Khan Academy. So it's like once they get it, they remember that this word means I have to think. This sentence, excuse me, means I have to think. They're introducing question marks. At first, they didn't have question marks. When I first started taking the course challenge, there wasn't a question mark. It was all statements. Then all of a sudden, they started using question marks. They started using sentence math. They started using, instead of reading or doing math from the top to the bottom. So if you go over the other video, you're going to see that this is what they're talking about. What whole number comes right after 117? Another thing that they did is they actually wrote down all the numbers and just left a box out. What's next? Like that. And then they just started to do 7 problems. So you're going to check this one, watch a video. If you're stuck, saying, are you stuck? Well, watch a video. That's one of the hints. Then you go check. Okay, so now it says you got it, onward. And it says way to go. See a step-by-step solution. Okay, it says what is the missing number? And so if they're working on their tablet, they have pens and pens, computer pens at the dollar store. If you live in Portland, Oregon, or you have a Dollar General, if you live in like that, they have pens and pencils that has the finger point on it that you can write on the screen with. That way they can practice their writing. It says, if this is it, let's check. Okay, let's go to the next question. And if you're saying the answers that I'm giving, this is fantastic. If you're doing the same thing with Miss Janet, this is how it was. The missing number is, so you click there to show them where they have to find the number, and you put the answer here. And it tells you missing numbers between 0 and 120. So when Mr. Sal was writing that graph, you have already looked through the course and you're telling your children, let's count up to 120 today. Now, the way that you do that, or one of the training techniques that is best for counting, is counting steps. They have little not teenager, but they have little youth Fitbits for like $29.99. And if you go on Wish, you can get one for $4 and every color you want, but you're doing things to make sure that they get it. Okay, let's see how many steps it takes for us to go around the block. We're not going to cross any streets. We're not going to run. We're just going to walk, and we're going to be counting together. Are you ready, Bobby? Are you ready? I love Levantre's name. I love his name. I love Levantre, but I love using his name because when we have our Wednesdays Zoom half-hour hang out with Miss Janice, he's forever answering the questions. He's doing the exercises. I mean, he's like my little sunshine. Now that I sound like, oh, Levantre's here, and I'm just amazed at that young man. He is so awesome. Okay, so it says the missing number is, and so you're finding out other ways to get them to count. You're not just going by what you see in front of you, because remember, this yours and his, or yours and her hangout time is only 15 minutes, and it's a promised 15 minutes. It's a promised 15 minutes. If you're tired when you come home from work and you just want to rest, well, get that book out. Read to me. Let me see if you can read me to sleep, Oh my goodness. Just think of stuff. It will come to you. And the reason is because we're using our 15-minute promises, yes, but throughout the rest of the day. You take a 15-minute break. You can have him or her, your little one, on the phone talking to you. Did you learn the alphabet song yet? Okay, let's say it. Let me hear you say it. Nah, I can't believe. All righty. Okay, so I'm gonna bring you something home that begins with and if they say puh, a puh sound, mom, a puh sound, dad, you can bring them. Remember that we're learning body parts, so you can bring them and have them guess it. Play I Spy, and then pinky, you know, and put the color pink on your finger, pink rubber band, a pink tissue paper, a pink or purple, a purple bag on your pinky finger. You have it, but you make learning fun for them, especially if they're in the first grade. I mean, they don't care. They're just happy you coming home and hanging out with them. And up to the age of 12, trust me. I'm 60 and I still enjoy seeing my mom. So anyway, I'm just wanting you to know that when you start training your child, your main goal, your main objective is to make everything learning for them. Everything. So that when they get older, they can say, I remember when my dad taught me this. I was, you know what? I was feeling sad this one day, and I remember how he just changed my whole day around when he came home. He helped me to learn the alphabet sound song. He helped me to learn how to tie my shoe under 10 seconds. Or, I mean, you trying to, let's see how long it takes you to tie your shoe. 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. You know what? Let's go and get you a watch so that I can um, have you take your watch off and I can use the second hand. Now you're teaching him or her how to tell time. You want to do your best through this course because it builds on. It builds on, and they can go as fast at 4 hours to master math. And we're still working with math, but you see that they have social study skills, social skills, lessons on social skills. Um, I know you get the point. If you don't know, it says watch a video or use a hint. Well, I always want you to click on the box so that you can know where the missing box is. You won't get that wrong. Well, is it 89? No, you see 89. Okay, so 98. Okay, so what column would that go in? The 1-digit column or the 2-digit column? I mean, take your time. You let your 15 minutes count. Okay, this number is, if you said 99, we're going to see if you're right. Okay, let's go to the next question. What whole number comes right before 110? So this right here is teaching you that there will be subtracting. I know you know this because we went over what you're going to learn as a first grader, but it will remind you that coming up is subtraction. It reminds you that coming up is geometry, and they make units out of all that they're asking. Like right now, they're teaching us missing numbers between 0 and 120. So we had to find strategic ways to teach our child how to count up to 120. And if they already know it, then all you need to do now is to check their work, see how well they did. Let's see if that's correct. Let's go to the next question. And the reason I'm doing this because so far I don't think I have anybody in the first grade. I don't think so. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Okay. What is the missing number? So you say it: 105, 106, 107, 100. 109, 110. And then remember 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But even if they get it wrong, before you do it, you can go see a step-by-step solution. No, I'm sorry. Before you go to the next question, you can see a step-by-step solution. If they don't need it, it says you got it, onward. So it's giving you permission. But if they ever get anything wrong, you use your challenges, your hints, your reminders, and see, if you'll notice that they're going after 100 because we already went over 1 to 100, 1 through 100. Okay, so it's right here, and we're going to see if this is correct. And we're working with 3 digits now. We already went by 1 digit, 2 digits. Now we're at 3 digits, and 3 digits start at 100. Oh, this is the last one in this category. What whole number comes right after 102? And the reason they're telling you about whole numbers, because they're going to also teach you negative numbers, positive numbers, greater than, less than. We went over all that, and then we saw that that's true. They're going to teach you negative, positive, fractions, percents. Anytime they say whole numbers, what comes next is what you're thinking about. Okay, let's see our summary. 7 out of 7 correct. You got 135 energy points. Look at that muscle. Very, very good. It's when you play the videos that you'll find out that you get not only more energy points, but you'll find out that you get an opportunity to get your boxes filled in. It already knows I'm a teacher, so I can assign that what I just did to somebody that's in the 1st grade. They will not get to see my answers, unless of course you show them the video, but you don't want to do that. And make those make your videos count, because the videos is only 1 minute and 53 seconds.
What is the missing number? 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106 is the missing number. And then we go 107, 108, 109, 110. So the missing number is 106. That's the number after 105 and before 107. Let's keep going. What is the missing number? Well, if I start at 100, the next number is going to be 101. And then we go to 102, 103, 104, and we go, keep going. This is exciting. What whole number comes right before 105? Well, what whole number comes right before 5? Well, 4. So what number comes right before 105? Well, it's going to be 104. If you're counting after 100, you get 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, and then you go to 105. All right, so they want us to figure out what the missing number is. And we see that they're counting 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10, and then here they're going from 11 to 20. They're counting all the way up to 120, but there's a missing square here. So this is the number That is, one larger than 118 and one less than 120. Well, if I was counting, I'd go 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, and then 120. 19 is before 20, so 119 is going to be before 120. And 19 is after 18, so the number after 118 is going to be 119. Let's check our answer. Let's do one more of these. Well, we've done these a lot already. What number is missing? Right after 7 comes 8, so right after 107 comes 108, and then 109 and 110.
Okay, you see that? Now it's starting to fill in. Okay, because we already went over this. See, and you just earned 752 energy points. And like I said, I don't have a first grader to assign that to, so I don't have to. Can you also count numbers backwards from 0? Oh, that's a good one. See here, is it possible to divide negative numbers? It is technically like dividing any other number, except this time you have to add, but this is a first grader. Oh, sorry. Remember earlier I was telling you about negative numbers. Once they start talking about whole numbers, you know the negative is going to come in there somewhere. And remember, this is, of course, the first grade. We're going to end right here because we did make another video that should probably be up by now. Place value and oh, wait, hold on. Hold on one more second. Intro to place value. So we've already been talking about that because we already took the pre-test or the course challenge test. So we can end right here. All right, everybody, you all be encouraged and have an all fantabulous day. This is Miss Janice saying I will see you in the classroom in the next video. Bye for now.
Let's say that you want to count the days since your last birthday because you just want to know how long it's been. And so one day after your birthday, you put a mark on a wall. Then the next day, you put another